What is up? My name's Brad and this is Operation GameCube. Now for any of you that are new to the channel, in this series we're trying to build a GameCube collection starting off with just £10. By using our charity shops or car boots, our Facebook marketplace, looking for stuff for cheap that we can sell for a profit to build a game fund to buy GameCube bangers. So this week we're at a little bit of a different angle, and that is to fit in my girl Lara right here. Now if you didn't see the last video, we picked this up, a life-size statue of Lara Croft. I'm absolutely in love with it. I can't stop looking at it. She's fantastic. At the moment she's over here in the corner with the PS2 and PS1 stuff. Whether she'll stay there forever, I don't know. She's a little bit hidden behind a chair. I think she needs to be a bit more front and center, a bit more out in the open. But enough of that, let's get to matters at hand, Operation GameCube. Now we've made a few sales this week, we made 5 sales in total, one of which was a bundle sale, which I think is a first for me. Now the first thing we sold was that Hobbit pop-up book, that went for £7. We then sold that White Lotus box set. I only ended up selling that for $9.99. I could probably held off for a little bit more, but I was happy to see it go out the door. The next thing we sold was that Zelda Ocarina of Time on the 3DS, that went for $19.99. We then sold Litten, the Pokemon plush. We sold that for £5.60 on Vinted. And then we had a bundle deal that we also did on Vinted, which was that Growlithe plush, the Totodile plush, and is it Electron? I think it's Electron. I can't remember, man. But that plush as well. They went for £20 and 15 pence, I think it was. But Electron, I can't even say it. Is that right? Electron. I don't know. We can't include that one. That is old stock. So it's just the other two. So I'll take a third off and put it in the game fund. So after all deductions and everything, that is a grand total of this to add to the game fund for a grand total of this. So yeah, game fund's looking okay. We're still growing. We've got loads of stuff listed. I went on a bit of a mission last week listing everything that's inside the games room. Even stuff not part of the series, just to get it up there. Been a bit lazy. But anyway, hopefully some of that stuff will sell. But we need to get back out there and do what we do. So let's go. So this week I was going to have to rely on my local charity shops more than ever. I couldn't see myself venturing off anywhere this week. So I tried to get to the locals as often as I could. This one right here had a bunch of DVDs outside, some box sets and stuff. But it was stuff that's been there a while. I couldn't see anything new or anything interesting. But I had a little flip through anyway, because you never know. I then headed on inside and had a quick look in there. And underneath the glass cabinet here, there was this box set. Is it called a box set when it's books? I don't know. Then headed over to the games, and they had a few games here on the shelf. Cold War for £5. That's about where it is. But yeah, I had a little flick through. Some of these have been here quite some time as well, but there were 1 or 2 new ones. This DS game here as well. And then I did pull out this Wii Sports Resort. No price on it, so I wasn't too sure what they charge. But £1, so not too bad. This one right here, now this is a great charity shop. I found some wicked stuff in here in the past, and I think it's all about timing. I have been told that there's a certain time to go in here. They have a specific media bloke who does all of that media and stuff, and he only comes in once or twice a week. So it's best to come in the day after he's been in, because that's when there's more likely to be new stuff out. So yeah, I must have caught a good day here, and I found a couple of games on the shelf, along with a bunch of box sets that I pulled out and had a little scan to see if there was any value. This right here was an absolute win. Resident Evil 4, Steelbook, £1.50 all day long. But yeah, flicking through the rest here, bunch of Cheers box sets and Seinfelds, and yeah, about 2 or 3 quid on these. This Only Fools and Horses one as well, pretty cool. Was it someone in the comments? Let me know in the comments below. Someone told me about, I think it's a Seinfeld box set that comes with like a book or something, has a little bit of value. Is that right, or am I wrong? Then headed to CX, do a little trade. Ended up with £19. They wouldn't take this Sonic and Mario to scratched. And while I was in town, I did pop to a couple of charity shops there. Town centre charity shops are very, very hit and miss. You can get lucky and find some good stuff, but the majority of the time, it's not the best. A couple of games here. These were proper scratched, a bit of disc rot as well. So yeah, left these behind. And that was it for charity shop. So I headed to the car boot. So we got up nice and early Sunday morning, headed to the local car boot. The weather wasn't great, so I know some of the other car boots across the south coast would have been cancelled. So a lot more people might have been heading to this one. It's inside a multi-storey car park, so the weather never cools it off. I had a few games here and there, nothing real crazy. These are £3 a piece, no real value here. Some more games here on the table, bunch of PS3. Again, I think these were £2 or £3 each, and I couldn't see any worth picking up or any that I didn't have in my collection or that I wanted. Black Flag there, love that game, fantastic game. No value in it, but what a great game. I saw this Dungeons and Dragons starter kit here. Dungeons and Dragons stuff can do well, but this starter kit had no real value. Pop vinyls, £5 for Boo. When I looked it up initially, it looked like it had value, but on second glance it didn't. And then there was this ring fit for the Switch. A box of games here under the table. Now, I think these were just put out. No one else had a look at them, but unfortunately they were a bit priced up. 3 or 4 quid for PS4 games, and that was about where they were. That's about how much they were worth. I did have a flick through though. You know, just because that's what they're worth doesn't mean I won't pick them up if there's anything I'd like for my own collection or anything, but couldn't see anything on this occasion, unfortunately. Cool Spider-Man VHS here. Never seen this before. Looked real interesting. Right, so you know when you get up super early to hit the car boot because you haven't been for ages and you're looking forward to it, and then it's really disappointing. Well, that was today. So yeah, I've been there for about an hour or so. I've been around a few times and I can't find very much at all. I found 1 or 2 things, but nothing really crazy. But at least I'm up early and I can get lots done today. Yeah. So after that pretty poor showing at the car boot, I wanted to give it one more try in the charity shops before the end of the week. And I'm glad I did, because I found 1 or 2 bits and pieces. A few more games here on the shelf, all priced up, but still had a bit in them, especially that Spider-Man. It was only 4 quid. The other games were there and thereabouts. Had I been an Xbox 360 collector, I might have picked a couple of these up for the collection. Them Star Trek games look kind of interesting, but like I said, I don't collect for the 360. But Spider-Man was definitely worth picking up. Bunch of Marvel box sets here. Back in one of my favourite places, and they had looked like a load more games out. I did pull out all the interesting looking titles that weren't there on the last occasion. They still kind of the way they were looking gave me the impression someone had already been through these before I got there. So there might have been a few more better games here before I got to them, but still pulled out all the interesting looking or different titles just to have a little look through, look them up, see if there's any value in them or if there's anything I'd like to keep for my own collection. I love going to this place. They get games pretty regularly and they're really well priced. So yeah, love this shop. Can't give this shop enough praise, really. So after having no luck with the games, I headed over to the toy section and the clothes section. That's what I sort of the order I do things. Games, then go to the clothes, and then head over to the toy section. And I saw this up on the rail right here. This is a Scarlet's jersey. Never seen this before, so yeah, kind of cool. And we are back in the games room, and it's been a little bit of a quiet one in terms of stuff to try and sell or trade this week. I have picked up a few bits and pieces, which we'll get to shortly. But the winner this week is I found something in a charity shop that I've been after for a while, been meaning to pick up for a while. Every time I go to CX, I either forget or I buy something else. And I'm so glad I hadn't bought it because I found it in a charity shop for £1.50. And CEX, I think, sell it for like 28, 30 quid. So I'm so glad I didn't pick it up. We'll get to that in a bit. But let's do the money. So I did manage to get to CEX and do a trade this week. I ended up trading most of the stuff in. They wouldn't take one game to scratch, but they give me £19 to add to the CEX fund. And we spent from the game fund £25.50 this week, which we can deduct now. And that might look like a lot considering how much we picked up, but I touched on it a few weeks ago. We're going to have to start spending a little bit more. It's just the way things are going. But let's get into the pickups. So the first pickup this week is books. You know me, guys, I like to look in the book section. And I found this set here. This is the Tolkien set, The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. They were once $34.99. I paid £5 for them. But when I was buying them, they were in the glass cabinet under the till. And I asked you, can I have a look at them? How much are they? And you hear the thing that no one wants to hear. Yeah, let me just Google Lens them. Let me just look them on eBay and see how much they go for. And once they said that, I just kind of thought I knew what my answer was going to be. I'm not going to buy these. They're going to charge me pretty much eBay. She then said it won't be extortionate, don't worry. And she ended up charging me £5. I think £5 was okay. They sell for about 20, 25 on eBay. So not too bad. There's definitely profit in it. But yes, the one thing you don't want to hear when you're out hunting, let me just look it up. But yeah, nice start to the week. This box set here, £5, a little bit more than I usually pay, but it is the sign of the times. While I was in there, I did find one game, and that is Wii Sports Resort, the cardboard sleeve. This was £1. It trades in for like £4 or £5, I think. So not too bad. The next pickup is a box set. It is this Only Fools and Horses box set, all 7 series. There was 7, wasn't there? Yeah, I think there was. So yeah, all 7 series in here. I paid £3 for it. Now it trades in at CX, I think, for 5 or 6. They sell it for like 10. This is what I've got to start resorting to a little bit now, is maybe not necessarily tripling my money or even doubling my money, but, you know, making a little bit of credit. I'll probably try and sell this on eBay first. I've been selling box sets a little bit better than before. So, yeah, I might try and sell this first. We will see. But, yeah, Only Fools and Horses, one of the best series on TV. Tell me I'm wrong. But £3 into £5 or potentially £10, we will see. So that's what my charity shop hunting was looking like. So I thought, you know, I'm going to have to go to the car boot this weekend. I want to go anyway, but I kind of have to now to sort of make up for the very little that we found. And, well, going to the car boot didn't turn out to be that good either. I found 4 items, one of which is a semi-fail, which I'll show you first. So the first thing I picked up is this Ring Fit Adventure. The game and the ring are in there, and I was like, oh, fantastic, scanned it up. Trades in for like 13 quid at CX. He charged me £5 for it, which was okay. So I grabbed it, and the bloody ankle strap's not in there. So CX won't take it. And then I thought, oh, saving grace is the game is sealed. And I could probably sell a sealed game and the ring for maybe 10 to 15 on eBay if I can, if I'm lucky. And then I left it on the kitchen table. Went out for a bit, came home, and my kids had unsealed the game. So that's a lesson for me. Don't leave anything sealed or anything you don't want played with on the kitchen table. So I'm not sure yet of what I can get for this. I don't think I'm going to lose out. I think I could definitely get my money back for it. It's just a bit of an oversight from me, maybe a bit of desperation. I wasn't finding much and just saw this. It was decent. Just didn't give it enough attention to realise it was missing a piece. But, you know, I don't think we're going to lose our money, even if we just get our money back on it. The next pickup is this lightsaber here. This is one of them, like, Jedi trainer lightsabers. I think they sell them at, like, the Disney parks, I believe. I could be wrong. But this one is purple, which is a bit uncommon, and I think. You don't normally see the purple one. It's normally either green, blue, or red. So, yeah, I picked this up, paid £2 for it. Brand new. I think they're selling for about 20. But you know me, guys, if I can get like 10, 12 quid for it, I'll be happy. I've sold plenty of lightsabers before. They're a pretty safe bet. Good cosplay item. So yeah, keep your eyes out for lightsabers if you don't already. There's a decent little bit of profit in it. So yeah, not too bad. Next thing we found is this Aurora scientific calculator. Now calculators, they take calculators at CX, not this make though. They don't take this make at CX. But I paid 50p for it, and even on eBay they're selling for like 8 to 10. Probably be a good time to list it over the summer holidays, so that maybe kids starting school, like secondary school or, you know, back to school sort of thing, this might come in useful or might sell better then. But I'll list it straight away, even if it sits for a little while. It is what it is, but maybe 10 quid. And this is cool. The Spider-Man the movie, Spider-Man Strikes Back. This is the, when was this? This is from the 90s, 93, I think. So yeah, this is a live action Spider-Man movie from back in the day. I just thought it was cool. That's why I picked it up. I paid £1 for it. I think one sold on eBay for like 7-8 quid. But I just thought it was really cool. So yeah, that's why I picked it up. I'd never seen it before. Let me know in the comments below. Is it a good movie? It probably was back in the day, but maybe not so much now. But yeah, cool little find, I think. If we can get 7-8 quid for it, I'll be happy. And that is it from the car boot, man. That's not a great amount for getting up at 4:40 on a Sunday morning. You want a little bit better, but it is what it is. You know, you can't plan these things. You just go and see what happens. So yeah, at least I found 1 or 2 bits and pieces. Right, so the last couple pickups here. First one is Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man on the Xbox 360. Paid 4 quid for it. This trades in a CX for 8. They sell it for 12. I might try and sell it myself. It is complete and the disc is in good condition. So I might try and sell it for myself for like £10 plus. But yeah, cool little find. There were some other games on the shelf. They were priced up 2-3 quid. And that was around about what they were worth. And the last pickup here is this Scarlet's jersey right here. This is a 3XL. That is why I bought it. I don't think I would have bought it if it had been smaller. I bought it because of the bigger size. The big sizes sell better. But this jersey is kind of weird. Like, it's like, I thought it was fake to begin with. But then I was like, who the hell is faking a Scarlet jersey? But everything's just like printed on. It's just like a printed t-shirt. Nothing sewn on. There's nothing embossed or anything. It's all just printed on. It is legit. I have looked it up. Brand new. They sell for like 30 quid, I think. Paid £5 for it. If I can get somewhere between 10 to 15, I will be happy. Like I said, it is a 3XL. It is a big size. So that's why I picked it up. And that is everything we picked up this week. Doesn't seem like a lot for that £25, but it's a sign of the times. Things are a little bit more expensive. But that's everything we picked up. Hopefully we can sell it on. We've got that CX credit growing, which I'm going to hold on to now. Try and get it up there and pick off one of the big boys. But let's get into some of the pickups for the collection. So like I said earlier, I found something in the charity shop I've been looking for ages, but it weren't the only one there. It was a couple other games there, a couple PS4 games, and if you know, you know. If I see a PS4 and I don't have it, I'm picking it up. So the first one I found is Uncharted, the Nathan Drake collection. I love Uncharted. I played all 4 games, fantastic games. I just don't have this collection. I have all 3 of them on the PS3, number 4 on the PS4, but I don't have the full collection like this, so this will be going in my collection. They were priced up at £2. They had the green sticker on it, so they were half price, so just £1. And the next one is The Evil Within 2. Now, I started The Evil Within years ago. I don't even know where it is. It's gone. I thought I had it. I don't. But yeah, I'd love to go back into The Evil Within and give it another go. Again, £2, green sticker, so just £1. So a couple £1 PS4 games for the collection all day long. But let's get into the best pickup this week. Like I said, I've been after this game, or I've been meaning to pick this game up for ages. Just haven't got around to it, or just haven't bought it. And I'm so glad I did. And that game is Resident Evil 4, the remake. On the PS4, I paid £1.50 for it. Like I said, CX, I think, sell this for £24. It is in there. It is not just that, it is the steelbook as well. And this is the last of the remakes that I need. And something else is, I'm trying to actually play through all of the Resident Evil remakes this year. I played through 2 last year. I've already played through 1. I'm playing something else now. Then I'm going to move on to 3. And then we'll move on to 4. So yeah, very happy to add this. And it's in nice condition considering it's been at a charity shop, getting thrown about and stuff. Really cool steelbook. So yeah, great to add this to the collection. And like I said, £28 for £1.50 all day long. And a game I've been after. Happy days. So that definitely made up for the week. Unfortunately, no GameCube games this week. It's one of them things. We have a big week, and then we tend to have like a quiet week. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we have a big week next week. But let's just see what happens. But anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know in the comments below what you think of these pickups. If you are new here, please consider subscribing. We are only, I think, 12 away from hitting that 3,000 mark, which would be fantastic. So yeah, please consider it if you're not subscribed already. Smash that like button, as always, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.